Hi everybody. Today, you just see my Google search, but I'm simply just here to tell you a story. A spooky story. This story starts... Actually, it's not very much a spooky story at all. It's just about Halloween and trick-or-treating. I know, a little early for Canada, but for the United States, you're focused on Halloween immediately. For us Canadians, it's Thanksgiving, then Halloween. Your Halloween, then Thanksgiving. But anyways, I always can remember when I would go trick-or-treating, it was always, as everyone remembers in their childhood, a nice, enjoyable experience. But there have been quite a few trick-or-treating outings that have always stayed in my memory. Even as they have faded from my memory, they still at least barely stay in there. But I shall tell you one of the many, which I'll tell you. First one was many years ago at, I was living at another place a very long time ago. We simply went out. I was with my brother and my sister. We went up to this house. I'll not say what the street is on, but there was this sort of skeleton. I think it was a skeleton in a cage. I think it was a skeleton in a cage. I'm not 100% sure. It may have been something else that I think may have been motion triggered. But the point being is, me and my brother and my sister, we went up to this house on the street. The skeleton started making noises, very scary noises for us at the time, and pretty much caused my brother and my sister to cry. And if I remember correctly, I may or may not have cried. I may have just been like, ah, more than anything. And we just kind of went from that house and didn't go to it. Other than that, it was just it's a pretty funny memory. But there's been some others. Like, I will mention street. We lived somewhere else further out west, but we decided to go back to our old neighborhood to go trick-or-treating. But we took the transitway to Westboro Station when it was not a hole in the ground, and when it was still the old station, which still technically was a hole in the ground. The point being is, we walked up Tweedsmuir Avenue, heading up to Richmond. We decided to go to those houses first. Hit the houses, if you want to go like that. We actually got a lot of candy on Tweedsmuir alone. Just on that street alone, we got a lot of candy. And we also got 2 cans of pop, which is even funnier. I can remember that Halloween quite a bit. It is a Halloween that sticks in my memory. Up till now, still sticks in my memory. It was, I think, the Halloween of 2018, actually, when that happened. It was a very great Halloween. Other than that, Halloween is always an enjoyable season, but I think I'll give you guys one more story. Simple. I start this one. It was a very long time ago. It was a little while back. I can remember it was one of our more recent Halloweens. We were in somewhere else entirely doing trick-or-treating around someone else's house at the time. I can remember that trick-or-treating. I was doing some fundraising thing for the, what's that noise? Anyways. I was doing some fundraising thing for school. I would get fundraising money while doing my trick-or-treating. It was a paper box, but it was raining at Halloween. It was Halloween of 2019. I can remember because it was the last Halloween for the pandemic, and pretty much means 2 years, 2020 and 2021. We didn't have Halloween, and I'll get to that one very quickly. Okay, now that noise is starting to really get annoying. But other than that, the box was getting so destroyed that I had to put my money with my trick-or-treating stuff in order for it not to be destroyed. And we pretty much continued through the night. Though our trick-or-treating sacks, which were pillowcases, people do use pillowcases, were wet as well. I did find that Halloween a great Halloween. A little annoying, but great Halloween nonetheless. We started at 5:30, so we actually started quite early, so we were kind of early starting, which, because in comparison, I tend to start trick-or-treating around 5-ish, 6. Okay, now the noise is starting to get really on the nose, and other than that, because we normally start about 6-ish or so. Please do start around 6 or something. It's always best. Primetime Halloween. And usually end by 8, maybe 8, 9 if you want to stretch it. If you're trick-or-treating. And then even then, we simply were just earlier as we started at 5 and we ended at 7 as we were getting tired. Alright. I want you guys to comment about your what memorable trick-or-treating year do you have, and